Morning, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. Let's dive right into Bitcoin, shall we? So, first thing I want to point out today is the 14 period on the daily CCI. Every time we've had a roll-up, we have seen trend continuation, which was here, 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 and here, most recently. And all of those did manage to catch the swing low of trend pretty well. And right now we're getting a brief bout of upward expansion. Although, I'll be honest, this trend line is looking pretty spooky. I wouldn't expect too much of a higher high at this point. Really, just further compression of price would make a lot of sense at this current time. Sideways move and lateral trading does appear to be the way that Bitcoin is handling itself at this moment. However, on the flip side, we do have sustained increasing volume for this uptrend, which does imply significant bullishness, and the 1 hour trend is still very well defined. So with that in mind, I certainly wouldn't attempt any short positions at this current time, simply because our trend is solid, the volume is solid, and the pivots are well respected. So currently, our pivot for trend is this 1.25 standard deviation of what is currently the 85 period on the 1 hour chart. That's the 1.25 standard deviation. And that is the pivot point for this distribution's expansion and compression. So as long as it stays in a state of expansion, we should see significant trend continuation. Now currently, our swing high should go no higher than 11,000 at this current time. And I don't believe trend would continue if we managed to dip below 10,350. So if we actually do dip below that value, we will enter a period of lateral trading and compression, which previously managed to hold price in a lateral move pretty solidly, at least for a couple of days. And every time we have seen those compressionary periods, Bitcoin has done exactly that, had compressing price action and lateral movement. I would not be too overly concerned about this. If you do want to set a stop loss on your long position, do so around 10,300. That is around your safest location for a stop, because if we do go below that value, 9,800 would be implied. However, I would not immediately short that value either, simply because a compressionary period does not provide exact entry into the condition. So when you are getting compressionary price action by returning inside the band, well, mean inversion is implied, and price is implied to go either sideways or down to the mean. So compressionary periods are nice. You just have to be aware to catch the swing high in a bearish mean inversion condition or the swing low in a bullish mean inversion condition. Because, say, if you were just to enter a long as soon as the condition activated here, chances are you would have stopped out on this wick down here, as compared to using the compressionary range to enter the long position, which would have happened right on this wick instead. So waiting for the swing low is always going to be a better option in mean inversion conditions, at least in terms of risk management. Sure, every now and then we get the activation of a mean inversion condition like here, and it just immediately runs up to take the mean. What I personally do is enter 1/3 of the position on the activation of the condition and 2/3 of the position when the signal actually fires. All right. That's it, really. We have an upward trend. The trend is defined and sustainable. If you really want to try to enter a long, do so on this pivot. And if we do activate a mean inversion condition, attempt to catch the swing high of the condition, which would be shorting price action like that there. That's your best bet for positions in Bitcoin at this current time. That's it. I know it's a really short stream today, but market's pretty unexciting. We have really clear defined signals and clear defined pivots. So with no further ado, I'm off for the day. You folks have a beautiful one. Ciao.